Hi guys, back with another review. This time it's EM-208 from RoboCop, the 2014 movie from Threezero figures. As you can see, not a lot of accessories. In fact, no accessories. He has two guns, but they're already attached to his hand, so there's nothing that isn't already attached to the figure. I actually do like this figure, but I will have to say this is probably the lightest figure I've ever gotten, and it is more of a on the level of a really nice toy. Not this isn't Hot Toys level where all these pieces are different parts and put together. There's a lot of clusters of parts, and again, with it being super duper light, you're probably your first impression is going to be, oh, this is kind of a toy, but it's a nice toy. And it goes well with the RoboCop figure. It's actually the first figure I bought from that movie. I bought the RoboCop 3.0 after this. I just like robot designs and stuff like Iron Man or whatnot. So this figure, it's a cool design. Now here are the guns. They're permanently attached. This like goes back here, snaps into place, and then you can have it automatically go in his hand. But you can see it fails. Kind of like the RoboCop fail, but not quite as bad. His handle always clips his thumb there, and then the fingers can bend around it. That's where you're going to leave it. And then this flap goes down. Now, that's okay. I really hate these two screws that are just out in the open. It kind of takes away from the overall figure. It makes it look kind of like a toy. His arms are kind of stiff. Kind of like all robot figures. He can't really bring his arms in real close, so he's kind of limited on the poses, but you can do some stuff. Now his head is nice. His head can move all around, unlike the RoboCop, which I could barely move, so I do like that. His upper chest moves, and he also moves around the middle. Now, doesn't come with a stand, it does not come with batteries, so we're back to the Spider-Man stand. These pieces are flexible a little bit, but be careful not to pop them off. And then his knee pads are just a chunk. Like I said, a lot of these pieces are just chunks. Now, again, painted on red lights where it should light up, it doesn't. The only thing that lights up is his visor. So you see on the back, there's also a couple other places where it's should light up, but it's just painted red. Another one on his head. It has a better paint job than RoboCop 3.0, and I think that's just because it's weathered, and weathering is an easy thing to do to a model to make it look good. Now here's the instruction sheet. It's just like the RoboCop, where it's a single printout, except this time it's not folded down the center and it's a little bit thicker. Not that that matters, or you'll keep your instructions, but this kind of goes over how to put the batteries in. His visor does light up. And it talks about the arm. Now here he is with RoboCop, and you notice RoboCop is sitting slightly lower, and yet he's still taller. The RoboCop figure, it looks like he's 7 foot tall or something compared to like other figures. So I don't know if that's movie accurate or they just made him tall. As you can see, you can get him in some good poses. He plays well. I do think he's a little bit better. Now that piece actually popped off while moving the arm, so you want to watch out for stuff like that. And here he is lit up. And I do like the effect of the visor is red and it has this real hot center. So as you move the camera here, you can see it. It almost looks like it kind of follows you around, kind of like the Cylon effect. Although I would say with all these figures, things that light up are cool, but you usually turn them on once or twice and then it goes on the shelf and you're never going to flip it back on. Although this is one of the easier ones to turn on, I'd have to say. Some of the Hot Toys are problematic turning on all the switches. Now, this just pops off and it's held in place with these two magnets, one on each side. There's a on switch and there's where the batteries go in the center. You have to unscrew that. It's pretty easy to take off once you know what's happening because the magnets are pretty strong, so you got to pull. But once you know that there's nothing going to snap or break, it's pretty easy to take off, although you probably need two hands. Again, It's a nice figure. It's less expensive than the RoboCop 3.0 and less expensive than the RoboCop 1.0 for that matter. It's you still get it on even on Amazon for like $170-ish. You probably could find it lower. I know this is not going to be like a super popular figure, and I think most people who get this figure get it because they like the design, or they just like armor or robots. I don't know if there's a huge following for the new movie. It was okay. But this makes a nice addition to a collection if you like these sort of things. But don't expect it to be super high quality. It is a little overpriced for what it is, but it is what it is. And now you know what it is, so don't complain if you get it. So thanks for watching this video. If you could support us, go to Super Good Pixel. Check out some of our Android games, and hopefully soon for iOS. Also subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we will try to put something on our Super Good Pixel webpage that will link back to some of these videos in case you get lost. I know sometimes with YouTube videos you find something you like and then you go back and then maybe you forgot to subscribe or it's just too confusing. We're going to keep adding videos as long as we can. As long as our games make money or people keep watching these videos, we'll keep doing reviews. We still have a ton of figures that we can do, both new and old, so just hang in there and keep following us, and also follow us on Twitter. Thanks.